Let's be real. In a world that's all about one-click buys and tap to pay, it is so easy to lose a handle on your money. But what if the fix wasn't some complicated new app, but actually a really simple, kind of old-school method? Well, let's dive in.
You know that feeling, right? Payday hits, you feel good, you pay the big bills, and then like a week or two later, you peek at your account and you're just scratching your head. It feels like your money just pulls a vanishing act every single month.
And honestly, it's no wonder. In this modern world, money is basically abstract. It's just numbers on a screen. The whole system is designed to be frictionless, which is a fancy way of saying it's designed to make it incredibly easy for you to spend without even thinking about it.
And this quote just hits the nail on the head, doesn't it? When all your money for the month, for groceries, for gas, for fun, is just sitting in one big digital pile, of course it's tempting to just dip into it for stuff you hadn't really planned for.
So, what's the answer to this very modern problem? Well, funny enough, it might just be a wonderfully old-school solution that brings your budget out of the screen and into the real world.
It's called the envelope budgeting system. You might have also heard it called cash stuffing. The whole idea is super straightforward. You take cash out for your flexible expenses, like groceries, gas, restaurants, and you put it into labeled envelopes. The golden rule? It's simple, but it is powerful. When the money in that envelope is gone, it's gone. You're done spending in that category until you get paid again.
And this right here, this is the entire philosophy behind it. The envelope system is all about being intentional. You're not just looking back at the end of the month to see where your money went. You are proactively giving every single dollar a job from the get-go.
Okay, so you get the what. Now let's talk about the how. Getting started is actually way easier than you might think, and it really just breaks down into 4 practical steps. First up, you're going to make a zero-based budget. All that means is that your income minus all your expenses equals 0. You're giving every dollar a specific job. Step 2, pick your categories. A good tip is to start with the ones where you tend to overspend, like groceries, eating out, or entertainment. Then, step 3 is the fun part. You actually go to the bank, get the cash, and stuff those envelopes. And finally, step 4, the most important part, you just spend what's inside. It forces you to be mindful.
So, why is this so effective? What makes this simple system so powerful? Well, the secret isn't really the paper or the envelopes. It's all about the psychology of how our brains process spending physical cash versus just seeing digital numbers. Think about it for a second. Swiping a card is, well, it's nothing. It's abstract, it's easy. But physically handing over cash, you feel that. There's a little psychological sting that economists call the pain of paying. And that little bit of friction makes you pause and think, do I really need this? And science backs this up. It works because it taps into something called mental accounting. Basically, our brains like to put things in boxes. When your gas money is physically separate from your taco money, you're way less likely to borrow from the gas envelope for an extra burrito. Plus, seeing that stack of cash actually get smaller gives you instant, powerful visual feedback that a declining number on an app just can't match.
Okay, so of course this system isn't perfect. We live in a world of online shopping and automatic bill payments. So let's do a quick reality check. Let's look at the pros, the cons, and some really cool modern hacks to make this work today.
So the pros are obvious, right? It builds incredible discipline, makes spending real again, and holds you accountable. But yeah, let's be honest about the downsides. Carrying a lot of cash can feel a little risky or just inconvenient. Online shopping is definitely a challenge, and yep, you're going to miss out on those credit card rewards points. But here's the good news. You don't have to go all in. A ton of people have great success with a hybrid approach. They use cash envelopes for the tricky stuff, like food and fun, but they pay their fixed bills, like rent and utilities, right from their bank account. You can even create virtual envelopes if your bank lets you make sub-accounts or pots. And there are even apps out there designed to replicate this system digitally.
Okay, so you're ready to give it a try? How do you make sure this actually becomes a lasting habit, and not just some experiment you do for a month? Let's go over a few keys for making it stick long-term.
And first off, if you're a little worried you won't stick with it, hey, you are not alone. A study actually found that for almost a quarter of people who don't have a budget, the #1 reason they don't even start is that they're afraid they'll fail to maintain it. So the biggest key is just consistency, especially for the first couple of months while you're building the habit. It's also absolutely crucial to have a separate emergency fund so that one unexpected expense doesn't blow up your whole system. And remember, your first budget is not going to be perfect. Give yourself grace and adjust the amounts as you go. And finally, plan for success. Decide beforehand what you're going to do with any leftover cash. Are you going to roll it over, put it into savings, or treat yourself?
And really, that's the big question here, isn't it? In a world that is constantly pushing us towards easier, faster, more abstract ways to spend, maybe, just maybe, the most powerful tool for mastering our digital finances is one that we can actually hold in our hands. What do you think?